I'm Batman. I'm not actually Batman. Just want to point this out. This is not also a WTF is. This is an imposter. Let me just set the scene for a second. You know those games that seem really, really cool and actually kind of are, but are marred by the fact that they're completely broken? Welcome to Gotham City Imposters, which is why I can't do a proper WTF is on this damn thing, because matchmaking doesn't work properly and all sorts of horrible things, as you will see during this match, occur as a direct result. It took me 25 minutes to get into this game, which rapidly devolves into, I kid ye not, 4-on-1. 4-on-1. Guess who's the one? Yes, it's Muggins over here. Oh, well, never mind. I guess we're just gonna have to kick some bat arse, aren't we? So let's get on with it. There will be a proper WTF of this once they've fixed everything. There's supposed to be a patch coming out in March that has proper matchmaking and fixes all of the issues with the game, including, I would hope, FOV options. There was a response from Monolith on the Steam forums as regards to the fact that it's stuck at a really low consoleized FOV once again. It's going to be one of my biggest bugbears at this point. But at the moment, I can play this game for maybe 15-20 minutes before getting a headache. So, fun times. Oh well, never mind. So, let me at least tell you a little bit about this game as we go through this gameplay, which is, I suppose, part critique and part commentary of what's going on. So, Gotham City Imposters, the idea is that you are one of two gangs, the Bats and the Jokers, who are pretending to be their hero or villain of their choice. Basically, Gotham has gone riot, and there's a bunch of wannabe vigilantes and wannabe vigilante criminals, I suppose, if you can even have that as a category, going around trying to kill each other. And by trying to kill each other, I mean they are gunning each other down. They are not going for the righteous path. They are just killing each other with a bunch of guns. It's really as simple as that. Kind of along these lines. Yes, something like that. There we go. So, the guns vary from being rather interesting, stuff like homemade freeze rays, and this gun, which is basically a tube that fires a bunch of ball bearings from a big canister. So, it's a rapid-firing sort of LMG, but it's got this homemade feel to it, to straight-up assault rifles and SMGs and shotguns and things like that, which is kind of an odd choice, I suppose, for a game like this. You'd expect maybe something a little bit more imaginative, but it's got this weird mix going on. It's like it doesn't quite know where it wants to be. For instance, you can see that I'm flying around. Like, how do I do that? Well, everyone has or can get a kind of movement-based item, and I think there's 5 different ones, depending on how you set your class up. And the one that I've got is a set of glider wings. Now you can use these trampolines to get airborne. Yes, there are jump pads in a modern FPS. Oh god, I know. Is that not exciting? It actually is kind of exciting. It's pretty cool that they're there. And then you can stay aloft by going over these hot air vents. These are strategically placed throughout the level. There's also a grapple, as you can see, being used there, sadly lagging out a little bit. You can grapple onto pretty much any surface and haul yourself up. There's a pair of roller skates, so if you want fast gameplay, you can actually use a set of roller skates, which is in itself kind of neat. And there's some spring boots and something else that I can't quite remember. Anyway, whatever the case, that is part of your chosen class, and you can customize your class to your liking once you get past the ridiculous treadmill, and there is quite a lot of leveling treadmill. Quite similar to games like Call of Duty, which is really how this game has modeled itself in terms of its progression model. You have to get to a certain level before you get access to everything, and then, of course, you've got to get additional levels to get unlock tokens to get everything. For instance, you can get an unlock token and unlock any weapon in the game instantly. No problem whatsoever, but you can't get every weapon. It takes a while. And more to the point, I can't even customize my costume yet. That is not my chosen Joker. I would like to customize my costume, but I can't do so yet. You earn something called costume coins, I believe, and these can be used to unlock various pieces of equipment, and then you can customize your character to your liking. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys playing the game are currently very low level. It's rather hard to get high level. Some people have managed it. I'm not entirely sure how, because getting a working matchmaking in this is pretty damn tricky. They've managed to do it, and as a result, they've been able to customize their characters and get all this good stuff, and some of them look really cool. I actually saw a large, overweight Batman clone, I kid you not, in what looked to be some kind of loincloth, and it's actually pseudo-bondage gear, I think. It was a little disturbing. Also, there's a giant crab. Isn't that wonderful? But there is a lot of customization. You just don't get access to it immediately, which can be kind of frustrating. You know what else is frustrating? Trying to go for a dive bomb attack and missing. Thankfully, I'm a better shot than he is, and there's a guy with a freeze ray behind me. Oh, that's going to make things even more pleasant. Oh, yeah, have some of that. There you go. Have some of that. You might notice that this seems to be getting a little bit unfair. There's a reason for that. What I didn't realize at this point, and I shortly realized, is the fact that my entire team has gone. They have disconnected from the game. It is just me and 4 bats. That sounds fair, doesn't it? Oh, yes. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to kick some bat arse. I promised it, and I shall deliver. I wouldn't want to let you down, now would I? Yes. There we go. You can have some. There's a guy over there. It's like, let's get the hell out of here. Sounds like a good idea. There are prize boxes that drop on the level, incidentally. They randomly spawn, and they can give you a wide variety of different buffs. They're worth trying to grab. It's a nice little mechanic because it kind of forces a flashpoint because everyone is looking to try and get that. I got frozen by the homemade freeze ray. Thankfully, I break myself free by hammering the keys rapidly and then unleash a torrent of rockety death before someone ends up landing on my head. I've got to say, dive bomb attacks in this game are one of the most satisfying things you can pull off, and the mechanics surrounding gliding and the whole cool movement stuff is pretty neat, honestly. It seems to work fairly well. I was pretty impressed by it, all things considered. You also get a support item, which can be a wide variety of different things, from pipe bombs to shuriken to a boomerang. Yes, there you go. That's fair, isn't it? It is currently 1 on 5. 1 on 5. Now it's 1 on 4. That must be better. Yeah, there we go. It's okay, folks. Don't worry. We're about to go beast mode, I promise. Whatever the case, I like the aesthetic of it because, like, they can't afford batarangs, so they just get a boomerang and strap some stuff to it. That's kind of neat. And the weird thing, I suppose, is that the game doesn't really know what it wants to be. It won't take it to the fullest possible extreme of being just straight up wacky. You know, it's got some wacky weapons, but others are just kind of Call of Duty style assault rifles. Aerial kill! Blue plate special right there. There we go. Oh, wow. I hit him so hard that I kicked his teammate out of the game. What can I say? Now it's 3 on 1. Still not reasonable, but hey, don't worry. Beast mode has now been engaged. Trust me, it will not stop from here on in. You can have one. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm that I've opened the slapping box at this time and will be giving rather generously, so please line up for your delicious treat. Anyway, I'm going to grab that prize box over there, make sure that there's no bat freaks, diseased, horrible little creatures around here, and then we can get along with that. Now, I think in terms of movement, I do prefer the gliding the most. It does help that you can actually have one of these large body type guys, and you can get quite a lot of mobility. Unfortunately, it does make you something of a large target, but you can still smack people about. You can see that guy's using the grappling hook over there, which I tried out. I didn't really like it. It's quite slow, and you'll never take me alive, bat freak. That I can guarantee. The grapple feels clunky, and I have to wonder if that's a deliberate choice, because everything in this game's kind of supposed to feel clunky. You're using rusty, homemade, or otherwise bought at a pawn shop tech. Hey, come on, look at that. That's just a straight-up boomerang. That's not a deep gadget, it's just a boomerang. You just threw it in his face. It could have been a brick. In fact, actually, I think a brick would be a fantastic item to have in this game. That should be added as future free DLC. Out the window, round you go, and you've been outfoxed. Thank you very much. Now I'm about to be outgunned. Oh, God. Well, never mind. I prefer the outfoxing. I feel that my kill was much better, and in fact, the game agrees and gives me extra points for that. The debate, I suppose, with a title like this is whether or not it should be a pay-to-play or free-to-play game. And it's weird. The market's in this weird state at the moment where they'll willingly accept Call of Duty and its progression system as a $60 title on a yearly basis, but if you have a similar progression system in anything below $60, people say it should be free. What? I was reading the RPS comments on this, and there was a review of the game there, and I don't necessarily disagree with their opinion on it. Plus, I think that they skipped out a bunch of very important stuff, but whatever the case, the review for the most part was pretty damn well written, as RPS tends to be. But I was reading the comments, it's like, this game should have been free. It's like, it's a $15 game. Why should it have been free? Oh, it's good. It's like Call of Duty and the unlocks and stuff, and it's like free-to-play model. It's like, no, but I don't get it. Why can Call of Duty get away with that? Why can Battlefield get away with that, and these games can't? Especially if they're a lower price point. it could be a free-to-play game. Certainly, I don't dispute that it could be a free-to-play game. The progression model does kind of fit into that, being able to pay for experience upgrades, which is actually what you get as well. You can pay for an experience boost in this game, which some people might object to, and I don't really blame them for objecting to it. But I think that for a $15 game, it actually offers a fair amount of content. The problem is I can't straight up recommend it because it's broken. Oh, I want to tell you that it's fun because it is, but the narrow FOV, the broken as hell matchmaking, games for Windows Live being a colossal pain in the ass. All sorts of problems that are plaguing the game at the moment that are supposed to be fixed in a March patch, and I certainly hope that they are. And this is by one of my favorite old-school developers, Monolith, who gave us some amazing games, like, say, No One Lives Forever. What a great game that was. In fact, this is actually an advanced version of the Lithtech engine. And I'm mowing fools down. I'm 3-on-1. I'm beasting. And it's fun, but the game is just so broken on PC. Please fix it. I'll come back to this in March when hopefully they've fixed it and then we can actually have some games. Wouldn't that be wonderful? That sounds like a plan. As it stands, you lot suck. I'm sorry, you do. Slappy slappy. So there you go, folks. A look at Gotham City, which is broken. And I can't recommend it on that basis. We'll have a look at it in March when hopefully everything is fixed, but Monolith, I know you're listening, get it dealt with. Seriously. Basic stuff. Basic stuff. I'll see you next time.